Food transportation, effects, and possible solutions. Did you know that the food system consumes 10.25 quadrillion BTU annually in the United States? Transportation of that food alone stands for 14% of that amount. Transportation is not only responsible for a huge amount of energy consumption, but it is also responsible for 11% of all greenhouse gas emissions produced by food production. Many people don't realize it, but food travels a long way until it finally reaches our plates. Especially nowadays, where foods are available to us whether they are in season or not. For example, when you buy strawberries off-season, you are buying a product that is more than likely imported. According to the AFC, it takes 1,000 kilojoules of energy to ship 170 kilojoules worth of strawberries from Chile to the United States. That's 1,000 kilojoules to transport less than 250 grams of strawberries, less than a cup's worth. There are various methods of decreasing our food's transportation's environmental costs, though. One way of decreasing environmental costs of food transportation is by buying local food. The less distance the food has to travel, the less greenhouse gases will be released into the atmosphere. It is also important to note, however, that this option is only valid if the local food is grown in an environmentally friendly manner. There's also the option of building a subversive garden. A subversive garden is simply a vegetable and fruit garden that replaces unproductive pieces of land, such as our yard, and converts the space into a productive plot. It doesn't have to be a big garden, however, the bigger and more lush it is, the more vegetables and fruits will grow. While these solutions are helpful, they only do a minimum in decreasing the environmental costs of food transportation. A more radical solution is to revolutionize the entire food transportation system. This solution is called food tubes. Food tubes would be an underground tubing system which would transport our foods through the use of cargo capsules. Food tubes would carry our food straight from the farms to the supermarkets. This was inspired by the pipeline network, which we already use in order to transport water, oil, gas, and sewage throughout the country. These items used to be transported by trucks, but now they use a pipeline network for transport. Food tubes would allow us to transport our food in a more environmentally friendly manner, while ensuring delivery, as the transportation may occur independently of weather conditions since the pipe networks are located underground. Food freight makes up 30% of all trucks and vans found on the road and railways. With food tubes, our overall greenhouse gas emissions from vehicles would drastically decrease. While the initial costs of implementing the network of pipes would be significant, the overall savings would make the investment worth it, especially since laying pipes is cheaper than continually repairing roads and tracks. Food tubes are eco-friendly, cheap, low maintenance, and profitable. The ideal proposition for both the environment and the market. The implementation of food tubes requires engineers and other professionals in order to work properly. It would also require a variety of resources and the support of either the government or a very large company. To get such support, we would need to gather media attention and a large amount of signatures for a petition. In fact, there exists a site by the White House where people can publish petitions. If the petition manages to obtain more than 100,000 signatures in just 30 days, the White House is required to offer a response. Luckily, the students of our group are spread throughout the country, so we can gather public support and signatures in many different communities. Even with all these efforts, though, the implementation of food tubes will not occur so soon. Until then, everyone has the chance of minimizing the effects of food transportation and its greenhouse gas emissions through our two alternative solutions, buying local and subversive gardening. Let's make a difference.